He was born into a world of music with a famous tar-playing father and a pianist mother. But Mark Eliyahu, an expert Kemancheh player, has found a sound all on his own. With best-selling albums, appearances on TV and film soundtracks, and sold-out tours, Eliyahu has received global acclaim. He just performed a packed-out show right here in Istanbul, and I got the chance to sit down with him to speak about his musical wanderings and the journey that brought him to the world stage. All right, so Mark, first and foremost, thank you so much for joining us today on Showcase.
Thank you.
I'm really happy for having you on our show today. Tell me about how you got into the field of music. I know your father influenced you a lot. Tell me a bit about that journey.
All my family are musicians, actually. Like my mother, she's a pianist. And when I was a little boy, I was studying violin, classical violin. So I played classical Western European music. And my mother was playing, accompanying me with the piano, and we was playing together. And the sound of the bow and the piano stays like something very precious from the childhood. And my father is a tar player and a composer. I have two uncles that play tar as well, and zurna and saz and different instruments in the family. So I was born into world of music. And when I was teenager, around 16 years old, I started traveling in the world to studying different styles of music. So in the beginning it was in Greece, Ross Dali is a known musician that lives there, and I was living in his home for half a year and studying Bağlama and Greek music. And after that I came to Istanbul for a small period to study with Talip Oskan, the saz, and then I went to Azerbaijan and studied the Kamancheh for a few years, and France to study Persian music because I cannot go to Iran.
Now, I was at your concert yesterday that obviously took place here in Istanbul. And you explained how your father used to take you to caves and deserts when you were a child to experience the whole atmosphere and the whole, I guess, vibes of that whole genre of music you would play with him. Tell me about that moment where you guys were stuck in a storm. You explained that story yesterday. Explain it to me again.
We was for a whole week in the deep desert, and like 24 hours a day, like music regime with my father, like playing all the time and almost not sleeping. And one day, some big storm of wind and sands all over, and all our equipment just flew in the air, and it was a big drama. And after the storm, after 1-2 hours, when she stopped, my father took his guitar and say, "I have a new piece," and played from the beginning to the end this piece that's called Sands.
Mm-hmm. And that takes place in your album.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah, it's the main song in the Sands album, my previous album.
So you said that you went to. You obviously play a lot of strings instruments, and the Kamancheh is one of the prominent ones you play. Why did you choose the Kamancheh? Why are you so interested in the Kamancheh?
Actually, when I heard the Kamancheh for the first time, I went to study saz, Bağlama in Greece with Ross, and one morning I woke up and I heard sound that I always heard inside myself. It was like the sound of my soul or something like this. And I went out from my room and I asked Ross, what is it? He said, "This is Kamancheh, and the player is Habil Aliyev." I was shocked. I couldn't do anything except thinking about it. And I called my parents and I told them about this experience. And my father told me that my grandfather was Kamancheh player.
Oh, wow.
My father's grandfather. Yeah, so it was like a complete circle, you know.
So is that when you decided to go to Azerbaijan to learn how to play the Kemanche?
Yeah.
So how was that experience?
So I went back home, I was like 16 and a half, and I decided the Kamancheh is the only thing that I want to do. So my parents found me the best teacher, that is the late master Adalet Vazirov. And I was living in his home, his house, with his family, sleeping in the same room with his children. And he taught me the muram of Azerbaijan and how to play Kamancheh. And we became like very connected spiritually. We had a very strong connection. And unfortunately he died, but he will always live in my heart.
Now, Mark, tell me how the process is of composing music. I know your father's a composer. Do you do a specific ritual, like go to a cave, or is there anything else you do to compose your music?
There is different moments that music and inspiration is coming to you. You cannot say, I want it now and it's coming. It's like a bird that coming into your shoulder and sits on your shoulder, and when she sits on you, you feel blessed, you know. And I had a few experiences with nature, like one of these moments, like 15 years ago, I composed Humbleness, one of my songs, and sometimes it's coming when you are driving, and sometimes it's coming when you are in nature, and sometimes it's coming when you are at home and you're just closing the door and you have something inside yourself that you have to say. And sometimes this process that something is coming to you, some melody, and it's not leaving you. And you wake up every morning and it's stuck in your head and you cannot say like goodbye to this melody, it's there. So the only thing to do is write it on notes.
Do you think that you've made it to the peak of your career as a musician? You're going to different countries around the world, giving concerts, you're a well-known name now. Do you think you've made it to the peak of your career?
I think it's only the beginning, because I have a mission. I feel that I have a mission to play this music and to play it to the people that want to hear it, and connect them to something deep and something that without you cannot explain with words. You know, it's something about meaning and about mathematics, high mathematics, and I don't know how to explain it. There is no words, but there is people in the world that want to hear it, want to be connected, and if my music helps them to connect to this place, so this is my mission, this is my call. So I feel I'm just start to do it. I have a lot of things to do in this world.
Well, I hope you do continue indeed. Now, your last album, Roads, was released in 2016. It's been a while since you've released anything recently. Do you have any upcoming projects that we should look out for?
Yeah, I'm working on some new songs, and there is all the time things that I'm producing and doing for different films. So I did for a few films of HBO, and different music for dance companies and orchestras. So everything is like in process, and now I'm like going inside myself and trying to doing my own music and my own new projects. So last night in Istanbul we played the three totally new pieces. So it's the beginning of this road.
Can't wait to hear more from you and your music and your team. And I don't know if you have your Kemanche with you, but I love Kemanche. I love hearing the Kemanche so much. I don't know if you know, but a lot of Turkish people from the Black Sea region in Turkey play the Kemanche. So if you have it with you, I'd love to hear something.